Yes. Check. Oh, I'm not even plugged in. But the sound is working. I've got the computer plugged in. I've everything plugged in except the mic. And let's see. I think I have my brain plugged in this time. There we go. I tried to come on live a little bit earlier, and man, I was struggling. I just deleted it because like I couldn't find my notes. It was bad. Okay, so I still can't find them, but it's not bad. It's good. Nothing bad can ever happen. It can only good happen, right? So let's just do the quick disclaimer. Everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of hoping to start a conversation, open up a discussion, learn something, be educational. All my videos are made for the tube of you. It's an infotainment platform. It is Sunday night at 10 o'clock. It's the 7th of December. I'm so happy to be on live. I'm just so happy to be alive. And make sure you're still subscribed and share a video of mine with somebody that you think will like my channel. Turn on your notification bell to ring and hit the like button if you don't mind. And then what I wanted to do, I wanted to discuss all the things I had in my notes, but since I can't find my notebook and my brain is definitely not going to function at this hour, I'm going to do something else that I've been wanting to do, which is read to all of us the lawsuit. Hey, Anna Bees! Thank you for coming in and saying hi. How are you, my dear? So I'm going to read this freaking lawsuit. I just want to get right into it too, because we're just at 2 minutes, but I also want to know how you're doing. It's 149 pages. So of course I'm not going to read the whole thing. I mean, it would take me days. And, you know, the way lawsuits are, a lot of it's repetitive. A lot of it is not stuff you really need to read. But it's filed earlier this month. I want to say, was it just filed December 2nd? It'll probably say on it. No, it was filed at the end of November. This says November 24th, 2025, when it was filed. So right before Thanksgiving. And how come we haven't heard much about it? That's kind of weird, huh? Drop my wax. Let me turn around and put a little bit more wax in my mouth. I don't mean to turn my back on you. I just don't want to gross people out like I probably did the other day when I applied all of the wax on camera. Yay, I can't believe I get to finally go to the orthodontist tomorrow and get what they said. And I don't know if I can believe them, which is why I just went ahead to come on tonight. They said that the wire that they're going to replace tomorrow will be a lot easier to deal with. And that I'll be like through this super difficult part that is the first several months. And I hope they're not lying to me. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started with this. This has the case number and the filing number. It says not a certified copy on it. It's I downloaded it from bocanewsnow.com. And I'll just start reading. In the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit in and for Palm Beach County, Florida. And redacted individually and on behalf of redacted, a minor. So this is a woman and her child that was a child at the time that she had her child, allegedly. So the plaintiffs are redacted. That's the individual and the minor. Those are the plaintiffs versus Donald J. Trump in his individual capacity and official capacity as president of the United Defendants. That's funny. Complaint and motion for summary judgment. Notice of incorporating prior final judgments. Complaint for 1, human transporting; 2, civil damages; 3, intellectual property theft, misappropriation of trade secrets; 4, conspiracy; 5, intentional infliction of emotional distress; 6, declaratory and injunctive relief. Jury trial demand. The parties, it's got the plaintiff number 1 redacted, plaintiff number 2 redacted. Defendant Donald J. Trump in his individual and official capacity as before, during, and after being President of the United States in his first presidency, whose relevant acts include direct oversight to federal agencies, including DHS and DOJ, federal contracting decisions, and executive authority over entities that knowingly misappropriated plaintiff's intellectual property. You know who else is filing a lawsuit against our administration is Costco. And you know how much I love Costco. For the tariffs. Let's see. Accords Defense Architectural and Non-Hormonal Contraceptive Gel. Okay, this is interesting. Sorry, it's a little hard to understand. Misappropriated plaintiff's intellectual property. Cybersecurity platform, Accords Defense Architecture and Non-Hormonal Contraceptive Gel that failed to prevent or actively participated in the ongoing human transporting summarization in over 70 nationwide police reports and judicial filings against the transporters from 8 years of efforts to escape, coercion and retaliatory child separation against plaintiffs, Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, Elon Musk, James Cook, United States Department of Homeland Security. Ooh, that would be Kristi Noem. And presidency affiliates associated with terrorism in the prior cases. Jurisdiction and venue. Unchanged jurisdiction under Florida transporting statutes, venue proper in Palm Beach County due to President Biggly Piggly's residence at Mar-a-Lago, DHS operations affecting Florida and injuries felt in this district. Factual allegations, part 3. The 8-year trafficking and exploitation venture that began in 2018 has continued and escalated under the current Trumpster Fire administration. Specifically, defendants engaged in coercion as defined by Florida's transporting status, threatening or using physical force, restraining, isolating, or confining plaintiff against their will, causing or threatening to cause financial harm, and enticing or luring plaintiff through fraud or deceit. As part of this exploitation, defendants required or pressured plaintiffs to produce creative works, proprietary information, and other intellectual property, rather than compensating the plaintiffs fairly. Defendants claimed ownership, distributed, or monetized these works without proper authorization, credit, or payment. Defendants benefited financially and potentially politically from the plaintiffs' labor and making this a transporting enterprise. Under Florida law, a venture includes any group of 2 or more individuals associated, in fact, whether or not a legal entity. Plaintiffs were deprived of meaningful control over their lives, including their creative output, finances, and future opportunities. Plaintiffs tried to resist or disaffiliate, but faced retaliation, threats, or further coercion, making escape or withdraw difficult or impossible. As a result of the 8-year exploitation, plaintiffs have suffered significant emotional, psychological, financial, and reputational harm. Defendant Elon Musk, acting in concert with the Biggly administration via the Doge, has used plaintiffs' safe cybersecurity platforms and Abrahamic Accords defense architecture to secure Elon Musk over $580 billion in federal contracts, while refusing to compensate plaintiff or procure her technology via mandatory sole source for provisions. FAR provisions. I'm not sure what that stands for. FAR. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, under the direct executive authority of Trumpster Fire, has confirmed November 26, 2024, ongoing transporting against plaintiff, yet has failed to intervene or halt the venture, instead allowing continued retaliation, child separation, and IP theft tied to federal programs while he oversaw Biggly through his official acts and appointments, including Musk's role in Doge and continued DHS leadership, has knowingly benefited from and permitted the venture to continue, including the use of plaintiff's stolen IP in federal defense and health initiatives, and the refusal to enforce FAR. Sole sourcing contracting for safe, despite initiatives and the refusal to enforce FAR. It's like repetitive. Sole sourcing contracted for safe, despite admitting prior waste over 409 million on failed systems. I think it says $409 million. It might be just $400 million. It's a little messed up with the print. He has been supporting foreign attacks instead of American defense from Hamas, Russia, China, and India through Stargate, the suppression of the FBI, and the suppression of DHS. Retaliatory aggravated SAs leading to permanent neck and spinal cord injuries, extreme stalking, judicial interference, false CPS actions leading to false police report arrests, and child withholding, Arizona custody order obtained by fraud. So ties to Arizona. Interesting. Have all continued or intensified in 2025 under the current administration's watch. Biggly bypassed Congress to send over $30 billion in direct military aid to Israel through suppressing their defense of Israel in 2025, while simultaneously endorsing the Gaza takeover plan. This funding facilitated what the UN, Amnesty International, and the International Court of Justice have described as genocidal acts against the Palestinian population, including the deliberate destruction of all remaining maternal health and contraceptive supply chains in Gaza, expressly to eliminate any possible real-world deployment zone for SAFE gel, which would have saved tens of thousands of women and children and exposed Stargate and Gates funded alternatives as inferior and unnecessary. The Gates Foundation simultaneous $2.5 billion, quote, women's health pledge in August of 2025 was used as the civilian cover for this suppression campaign. This is wild. I'm glad I'm reading this. Where's my tea? I mean, I scanned it, but I hadn't read it detailed. Terrorism for fear installation, including facilitating the Baltimore Bridge attack on the day my daughter was born, March 26, using my ex, James Cook. A violent grape right before she was born to sabotage the birth as well. And then a Russian cyber attack on the airports using my competitors at Microsoft through the CrowdStrike attack. This is pretty wild, huh? That Baltimore Bridge attack on March 26th last year. That was just like a month and a half after the unfortunate demise of Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law, Angela Chow, the one who was like the CEO of the giant China shipping company. Mitch McConnell's wife's younger sister, who had just been appointed to CEO of the family multi-billion-dollar business. But then she passed away in her Tesla, just driving right into a puddle on her property, basically, and then not being able to get out. And we know that Teslas can be controlled remotely from Elon's desk. He's even bragged about it. Anyway, that was February of last year, 2024. Wait, and then am I getting confused here? March 26th, when the bridge incident. Let me keep reading. I might be getting confused with 2024 and 2025. So let's not do numbers. It's too late for that. Too late. I'm going to go back. Terrorism for fear installation, including facilitating the Baltimore Bridge attack on the day my daughter was born, March 26, using my ex, James Cook, a violent grape right before she was born to sabotage the birth as well. And then a Russian cyber attack on the airports using my competitors at Microsoft through the CrowdStrike attack while taking my home from me in DC and trying to force me to fly home to Nebraska. During that time, where he shortly after had me arrested to prevent me from filing any police reports, as confirmed by arresting police investigators of his actors. Defendants and their agents have attempted to red rum plaintiff, redacted, on no fewer than 5 separate occasions between 2023 and November of 2025, including but not limited to poisoning, vehicular assaults, and orchestrated physical attacks designed to appear accidental. Each attempt coincided with plaintiffs' efforts to report the transporting, file police complaints, retain counsel, or prosecute legal actions against the defendants. Additionally, every single time plaintiff has sought legal assistance, filed a new lawsuit, contacted law enforcement, or appeared in any court proceeding, defendants have immediately retaliated with escalated physical assaults, SA, cyber attacks, arrests, false CPS interventions, or additional red rum attempts, creating a clear and ongoing pattern of obstruction of justice and witness intimidation intended to prevent plaintiff from obtaining legal redress. All remaining factual allegations from the prior complaint, paragraphs 7 to 14, as previously drafted, are incorporated by reference and remain applicable with the understanding that transporting venture is ongoing and now operates with the knowledge, benefit, and non-intervention of the Bigley administration during the presidency and during the Biden presidency. Notice of incorporation of unrebutted evidence. Plaintiffs hereby incorporate by reference the complete evidentiary records already filed and rebutted in two pending Superior Court actions in which the defendants or their privies were properly served, defaulted, and have never answered. Arizona Superior Court, Maricopa County, 55-page motion for default judgment, October 26 of 2025, with clerk's entry of default affidavit of service on the Gates Foundation and sworn verification. And then number 2, New Jersey Superior Court, Essex County, docket number, there's the number, 82-page motion for file default judgment filed November 3rd, 2025, with clerk's entry of default October 7 of 2025. Certified mail receipts to Elon Musk and DHS and 21 tab evidentiary binder. Because the defendants in those actions have never appeared, never answered, and never contested a single fact or document, every allegation and every piece of evidence in those two filings stands unrebutted and admitted for purposes of this Florida action. The identical transporting venture, identical perpetrators, identical victim, and identical stolen intellectual property, SAFE Gel and SAFE Cybersecurity Platform, are now at issue here. Part 3, factual allegations established by unrebutted evidence. The following facts are taken verbatim or summarized from the already filed, sworn, and unrebutted evidence in the Arizona and New Jersey cases. Number 9, Epstein identical pattern proven by unrebutted evidence. The unrebutted evidentiary record in both prior actions proves a transporting venture identical in every material respect to the Jeffrey Epstein Rex transporting network. Grooming of plaintiff redacted began in 1998, the exact year plaintiff was born, and the exact year Little St. James Island became fully operational. So this person born in 98 would be 28 years old now. About use of billionaire philanthropic foundations as the primary cover and silencing mechanism. Gates Foundation received SAFE Gel trade secrets and confidence in 2022, then announced identical initiatives in 2023 to 2025. Arizona filing, and there's the number, coordinated SAs using the identical blitz choking method documented in little e victim depositions, Arizona filing, Grape in Phoenix, and New Jersey, both using choking to silence victim at the exact moment of IP theft. Retaliatory removal of plaintiff's infant daughter, redacted, as punishment for filing lawsuits identical to E's use of custody threats against mothers who sued, Arizona and New Jersey. Theft of victim-created intellectual property disclosed under false promises of funding or protection, exact same safe SAFE gel provisional patents misappropriated by Gates Foundation and Musk Doge, Arizona and New Jersey. All remaining factual allegations from the prior Florida drafts, Stargate suppression of gel as the true COVID-era maternal health solution, the SAFE gel as the true COVID-era maternal health solution. BIGGLIEST 2025 stand down of Russian cyber defenses enabling attacks on SAFE prototypes, $30 billion plus in U.S. funding for genocidal acts in Gaza to eliminate any real-world deployment zone for SAFE gel, etc., and further corroborated by the same unrebutted police reports, certified mail receipts, patent records, and sworn affidavits already on file in Arizona. Case number blah, 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 in New Jersey docket number blah, blah, blah. Because every defendant or their privy has already been served with this identical evidence, has defaulted and has never filed a single responsive pleading or affidavit contesting any fact, there is no genuine issue of material fact remaining as to liability on any count. The legal basis for summary judgment. Under Florida Rule of Civil Procedure, summary judgment is proper when the pleadings and evidentiary records show that there is no genuine dispute as to any material fact, and the movant, I'm not familiar with that word, is entitled to judgment as a matter of law. M-O-V-A-N-T, movant, if anyone knows that word. The unrebutted evidentiary records in Arizona with the number, in New Jersey with the number incorporated herein establish every element of every claim against every defendant and their privies. Defendants have had notice and opportunity to contest these facts in 2 jurisdictions and have chosen silence. So some pretty wild and crazy stuff. Factual allegations continued. The Epstein pattern identical modus operandus. Number 9, the transporting venture proven in the Arizona and New Jersey default judgments is directly identical to the Jeffrey Epstein Rex transporting enterprise that operated from 1998 to 2019. 1998. So 21 years. Hey, then they're legal, right? Sorry. Grooming began in 1998, the same year Plaintiff Redacted was born, and the same year Epstein's Little St. James Island became operational. Use of billionaire philanthropic, like I said, this is repetitive, use of billionaire philanthropic foundations, Gates Foundation, Clinton Foundation, Wexner Foundation. Oh my goodness, you guys, I've been learning so much about Wexner. Kirby Summers has been filling me in on some deep diving. She's written some books about his family's history, and he is all right. Russia. Wexner. It makes sense. Okay, so as laundering and silence mechanisms, coordinated essays using the same blitz choking method documented in both Epstein victim testimonies and plaintiffs' 2 grapes in 23 and 25, theft of victim created intellectual property disclosed under promises of funding victims reported similar theft of business plans, inventions, and artistic works. Retaliatory removal of children when victims sued, identical to Epstein's use of custody threats against mothers who spoke out. Man. Because the Arizona and New Jersey courts have already entered final unappealable judgments finding this identical Epstein-style venture proven against Gates, Musk, Cook, and DHS, no genuine issue of material fact remains for trial in this court. 14, all prior factual allegations from the Stargate, Gaza, Russia, China version remain incorporated, now bolstered by the preclusive effect of the 2 prior default judgments, claims for relief. Counts 1 through 6 remain identical in substance, with the addition of President Bigley Pigley as a named defendant jointly and severely liable under each court for his lawful and official acts that have perpetrated the transporting venture, IP theft, and associated harms in 2025. Part 5, prayer for relief, whereupon plaintiffs respectfully request to the court, 1, the award of compensatory damages in an amount to be proven at trial not less than $310 million. 2, award punitive damages. 3, order restitution and disgorgement of all profits derived from plaintiff's intellectual property. That's not a word I've ever seen, disgorgement. Easy to, figure what that means. I'm going to reread it, though, since I tripped over it. Order restitution and disgorgement of all profits derived from plaintiff's intellectual property by any defendant, including profits flowing to or through Stargate and Technological Corporation affiliates, Doge, DHS, Abrahamic Accord, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, XAI, or the Gates Foundation. Award pre-judgment and post-judgment interest. Award attorney fees and costs of upwards of $134 million. Issued declaratory relief finding all defendants, including President Bigley Pigley, jointly and severely liable. Issue permanent injunctive relief, including but not limited to immediate return of full legal and physical custody of redacted and voiding of Arizona order with a code, permanent prohibition on all defendants' use of SAFE gel, SAFE cybersecurity platform algorithms, Abrahamic Accords, defense architecture, or any derivative works. Mandatory sole source federal contract to redacted for safe under FAR with a code with immediate $10 billion licensing payment for national security adherence to promises that were made and not kept to the nation. Wow. Transfer of all patents, contracts, and revenue streams derived from plaintiff's IP to redacted exclusively, and grant any other relief the court deems just and proper, including any necessary orders directed to federal agencies under the Bigley Pigley's control. This is wild. I'm surprised we haven't heard more about this. I mean, we've heard some about it, right? But man, it is just laden with crazy. Okay. Expedited jury demand. Plaintiffs demand a trial by expedited jury on all claims by December 20th. So triable unless the judge is prepared for summary judgment, dated November 24th, 2025. Respectfully submitted, redacted. That would be amazing, huh? Let's see. So delivery was confirmed and acknowledged. This is funny. 500 Fifth Avenue North, Seattle, Washington. I used to work right by there. Let's see. Should I read parts of this? I don't want to keep reading parts I've already read when it's so repetitive. So yeah, this non-hormonal contraceptive technology and related maternal health innovations, fetal organ development, STD prevention, protected as trade secrets, provisional patent applications filed July 3, the 3rd of July in 2023. Biochemical pathway, intervaginal applicator, safe advances, protein processing. Plaintiff disclosed her trade secrets to defendants in 2022 under confidentiality expectations. Defendants misappropriated them, announcing identical initiatives on October 10th, 2023, February 21st, 2024. So the one in October was the non-hormonal contraceptive. The one in February was Scottish University grant. And then August 4th, 2025, women's health fetal organ development. Defendants engage in Rex transporting threats against plaintiff and her daughter, including 78 police charges and judicial actions. Grooming since 1998, plaintiff's birth year, coinciding with Epstein Island launch. Collateral attack via removal of child in retaliation for IP claim. 2 confirmed grapes in Phoenix, Arizona, September 2nd of 2023, in New Jersey, August 9th of 2025. That's my birthday and Virginia Gouffre's birthday, but that was Virginia's first heavenly birthday, just this past. Using similar blitz choking methods for silencing victim timed with IP thefts. False CPS report and police reporting, August 5th of 2024, leading to child removal in attempt to report grapes. Judicial threats by Judge Drake, July 13th of 2025 for malpractice. Judge Gila, judicial threats by Judge Russell Pasamanos, removed September 1st of 2025 for judicial malpractice and refusing to process a case in transporting in New Jersey Superior Court. DHS and CIA trafficking charity confirmed transporting on November 26, 2024 from coordinated coercion efforts to Rex and labor transport in violation of federal FAR with the code for federal work without payment and attacking of victims. Defendant unjustly enriched themselves politically and financially through misappropriation and exploitation in violation of suspected anti-competitive practices and antitrust law violations as described in FAR with the code and two others, requires contractors to respect IP rights and ensure proper licensing or authorization for using patented or proprietary information in federally funded projects. Plaintiffs suffered damages exceeding $16 billion. Some certain $8 billion, calculated as $1 billion per year of transporting misappropriation from 2018 to 2025 in permanent physical damages to SAFE and Sarah and blank. Oh, Sarah, that was probably supposed to be redacted. I wonder if it's Ransom. Sarah Ransom? No, I don't think it would be. That's not the right age. Sarah and redacted, and $8 billion in damages to SAFE during this time, delaying her company development. No hearing is required, as this is a sum certain verified by this application and proposed form of judgment. Plaintiff has compiled with Maricopa County local rule and submits this as a complete default judgment packet, including affidavits of service, clerk's entry of default, some certain affidavit, proposed form of judgment. Wherefore, plaintiff requests is entry of default judgment as follows. Permanent injunction conjoining defendants from further use of plaintiff's intellectual property, trade secrets. That doesn't make sense. Oh, I see it's blurred again. Permanent injunction enjoining. Okay. Defendants from further use of plaintiff's intellectual property, trade secrets, compensatory damages of $8 billion, punitive damages of $8 billion, willful malicious conduct, pre- and post-judgment interest at the statutory rate. Attorney's fees and costs per se recoverable. Return of redacted to the full sole parental custody of redacted, and immediate return of her physically, blockage from redacted and all related transporters with associated arrests of SAs and custodial interferences. Such other relief as the court deems, just such as the arrest of Bill Gates if necessary, to stop repeat behaviors of transporting and coercion. Anna Bees, thank you for reading all this. Very informative and feels like connections are there. Thank you for saying that, Anna Bees, because yeah, I'm very grateful to be reading it, and it just seems completely insane, does it not? It's completely insane that more people aren't talking about this, but it also makes more sense of why Biggly Piggly is completely flipping out. Because this was just filed, 3 weeks ago? Not even 2 weeks ago. Just 2 weeks ago, the 24th of November, and we're just at the 7th of December. So for the last 2 weeks, his people have been aware of this. And such other relief as the court deems, just such as the arrest of Bill Gates. Okay, read that part. Respectfully submitted on this 26th day of October 2025. Verification, I declare under penalty of perjury under Arizona law that the foregoing is true and correct, and the damages are certain. Civil rights violations. Let me read you some of the civil rights violations. 1, right to bodily integrity and freedom from SA. 2, Blitz-style grapes with choking in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. That was the September 2nd of 23. And it says by redacted, and they were arrested. Ooh, and then they didn't redact again here. You gotta love it. New Jersey by Adam Brown, arrested, police report. So Adam Brown is the one in New Jersey that was August 9th of this year. Write that down, Adam Brown. It is completely insane. I keep saying we're living in the wrong timeline. Oh, it is so insane. I can't believe how compromised our country is. Well, I'm convinced now more than ever that Putin is the puppet master. And, you know, Bibi too. But, yeah. It's like we're a colony of Daddy Vladdy. But no, that can't be. It cannot be. So where was I? That was crazy that they forgot to redact Adam Brown. Do you want to Google Adam Brown, Annabes, if you're able? Yeah. Right to parent-child relationship. Remove via false CPS report by Judge Drake. So the false report was August 5th of 2024. Removal was July 13th of 2025. Was that the 1-year anniversary of the attempted assassination? It was. I bet even Micah Miller's hubby is involved in all this too. And his dad. Yeah. And with, they had their airplanes. They had so much going on. That weird guy who assaulted somebody with the garden hose, with the water. That guy was like super old. But he was definitely part of the whole ring of crazy. Let's see. Where are we here? Judge Gila to silence transporting IP reports. Right to freedom from retaliation for speech. First Amendment. Factual allegations. Judges, state actors threatened custody loss unless reporting of transporting grape and IP theft stopped. DHS confirmed transporting on the 26th of November of last year. Interesting. Right after the election. A couple of weeks after the election. Right to equal protection. Factual allegation. Disparate treatment in family court for reporting elite linked transporting. Judge Drake removed for malpractice after issuing threats. The right to access courts and petition governments. Factual allegation, arrested August 5th of 2024 on false child abuse charges. To block grape report within limitations period. False police reports used to silence. Right to be free from involuntary solitude. Intellectual property stolen, child removed as collateral to force silence, and unpaid labor on SAFE gel development. Right to property, protected interest, factual allegation, misappropriation of provisionally patented SAFE gel after confidential disclosure to Gates Foundation. Freedom from schmecks, transporting and coercion. Factual allegation, grooming since age 11. Child removal as retaliation. Grape used as intimidation. DHS confirming prior transporting suggestions from Gates employees. 11/26 of 24 last year. Right to privacy and medical and reproductive autonomy. Factual allegation, grape resulted in birth of redacted child, then taken into transporting, supported by grape reports in Alexandria, Virginia. Right to due process in judicial proceedings. Factual allegation, judicial threats, ex parte coercion, false arrest to obstruct justice, judge removed for malpractice. So yeah, you can sue judges, but it's hard to do. Google Adam who? I think it was Adam Brown. Let me go back, make sure where New Jersey, August 9th of this year by Adam Brown. So they should have it. There's a police report. Interesting. Affiliated trafficking police reports tree. I don't think we need to read all this. Familia PEDO file reported. Cyber attack injuring network project partner Ramon Barajas. Chinese attackers. Sheriff Nebraska trooper chokehold attack after transporting report. Poisoning Novichok collapse in New York City. And that was April 9th of 2023. A 6'3" male. And Eric Searle, Searle. If you want to look up Eric Searle, Searle, after you look up Adam Brown, if you're able and want to. So that was sexual assault, Alexandria, May 29th of 2023. Perp is redacted. Aggravated assault and SA confirmed injuries. Phoenix, October 2nd of 2023. And the perpetrator redacted was arrested. Self-unaliving attack incident involving quote-unquote Tony, Texas. SA, Alexandria, unknown date. The perp is redacted. National security related threats, Baltimore Bridge, Embassy mail bomb, Alexandria, April 1st of 2024. Perp is redacted. FBI online report. SA, Alexandria, June 5th, 2024. And the perp is redacted. Labor trafficking attack against Kalev. Pending details. I think that's Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm not sure. It just says Lincoln. Terroristic threats and kidnapping. July 18th of 2024, and that's redacted. Sorry, my phone won't let me open Google. Oh, no problem. I'll write them down and Google them when I can. Eric Seville and Adam Brown. Let's see. One second. And let me get the proper spelling of that Eric Seville. That was an interesting name that I'm not familiar with. Where was that? It wasn't too far back, was it? If I can't find it, that's all right. Here it is. It's like Sears, except it's SEAR and then LE. SEARLE. And was that New Jersey? No, the Adam Brown was New Jersey, right? We'll see. I mean, a name like Adam Brown, there's probably 50,000 of them, right? And where was I? I think I'm right here with the affiliated transporting police reports. That's the poisoning, the SA, the self-unaliving, the SA, Alexandria, national security related threats. I read that one. The Baltimore Bridge, Embassy Mall bomb, Alexandria. That was April Fool's Day of 2024. SA Alexandria, June 5th of 2024, and the perps in both of those are redacted. Labor trafficking against Kalev, pending details. Terroristic, I know I'm rereading some of these. Terroristic kidnapping Waverly, July 18th, 2024. Perp is redacted. False police reporting linked to SA cover-up, Waverly, August 5th of 2024. Perp, Colleen Z, pending charges. They did not redact it. We write that one down too. Colleen Z, but that's not really anything that you can look up with just the initial, which is why they do that. Okay. But at least they forgot to redact it. Congressional contact and sexual request text extortion, political misconduct, SMEX for money, false CPS report, August 15th of 2024. The perpetrator again is that Colleen Z. And then sudden unexplained death of family dog after cancer misdiagnosis. Oh, gross. That infuriates me. September 14th of 2024, and that perp is also Colleen Z. So maybe they left a whole bunch of Colleen Z unredacted, so maybe that was not accidental. Theft, August 5th of 2024, Colleen Z. False protection order, September 1st of 2024, that perp is redacted. SA and battery protection order, September 6th of 24, and redacted. Custodial interference, September 23rd, 2024, redacted. Self-hurt injurious attack and theft by Aaliyah Agbo, AGBO, Holbrook, September 30th of 2024. I'm going to look up that one too. Aaliyah where was that? It's too far away to see. Come on. Gotta be all clumsy, right? As long as I don't knock everything over. Just trying to spell that Aaliyah. There we go. AAILYAH Aaliyah Agbo, AGBO, I think. AALLYAH Agbo, AGBO. Okay. Protective order against Aaliyah for wound evidence. Protection order violation, and the perpetrator's redacted. Another protection order violation. Oh, sorry, I'm not reading the dates on these. So the attack and theft by Aaliyah was September 30th of 2024. And then October 7th of 2024 was the protection order violation. And then another protection order violation on the 22nd of October 2024. So the beginning of the month and the end of the month. Right after the attack that was like the last day of September. So a week later, and then like 2 weeks after that. Fake police filing regarding Phil Waverly. Now, why does that name ring a bell? Perp Colleen Z, November of 2024. Phil Waverly. Dang. I feel like Dora the Explorer with my notebook. A clue, blues clues. Oh, goofy. Phil Waverly? What if it said Phil Lyman? Waverly. Okay. Got that. And then false protection order of October 11th, 2024, and that perp is redacted. Custodial interference, October 11th, 2024, perp redacted. Domestic violence and child abuse, Phoenix, perp redacted. Sentencing reported. Domestic terrorism affiliation report, October 7th of 2024, perp redacted. One is redacted, and then Colleen Z is not redacted. Domestic violence protection order against Phil. Oh, sorry, the thing that I just read, the first one. The domestic terrorism affiliation report was October 7th of 2024, and then the domestic abuse protection order against Phil was October 24th, 2024. Human transporting, November 20th of 2024, perp Colleen Z. Another human transporting on the same day, Colleen Z. Human transporting supplement, that same day, Colleen Z. Human transporting property report, again, the 20th of November, 2024, perp Colleen Z. Officer confirmed arrest, part of transporting. Human transporting parent notification, November 20th, 2024, perpetrator Colleen Z. Judicial oversight complaint, Arizona, November 14th, 2024. Judge James Drake investigating. Protection order violation, November 13th, 2024. Perpetrator redacted. Wellness check, RE, custody interference, November 23rd, 2024. Perp Lillian Cook. Write that one down. Oh, and then here we got another one that's new, Allison Briggs. That name rings a bell, though, too. 1 second, I'll read you that. Allison Briggs. All right. Where are we here? DHS Transporting and Terrorism Report, November 22nd of 2024. Perpetrators redacted in Colleen Z. Lawyer Malpractice Report, Arizona, November 27th, 2024. Perpetrator Allison Briggs. Visitation denial with police present, milk delivery refusal. Oh, that's insane. December 6th of 2024, the perpetrators redacted. Attorney General investigation into Judge Drake, November 14th, 2024. Victim services completion confirmation, December 2nd, 2024. Voices of Hope, Lindsay Turner, Masters of Art, licensed mental health professional. Court hearing regarding protection order and breast milk request denial, December 31st, 2024. Judge orders mental health evaluation for mother but not abusers, January 2nd of 2025. Sam Altman illegal contract Stargate payment claim. And that's January 21st, 2025. Elon Musk threatens to obstruct hearing. And that is April 14th of 2025. Okay, so the Sam Altman illegal contract Stargate payment claim, January 21st, 2025, that's like the day after the inauguration, I think. Either the day after or the day of. And then Elon Musk threatening to obstruct hearing, April 14th of this year. James threatens retaliation regarding Elon filings. Protection order request against Elon denied. Judge recommends civil suit. That's May 12th of this year. FBI transporting report, New York City, May 27th of 2025. The perpetrators are DHS and Elon Musk. Civil lawsuit filed Newark, June 10th of 2025 against DHS, Elon, and James. Appeal bond change, June 13th of 2025. Attempted homicide and political terrorism, June 18th, 2025. The perpetrator is redacted. Elon harassment charge. Harassment and transporting ties. Firing of Linda Yacar. I got to write this one down. Yacarino. That's July 9th of 2025. Interesting name, huh? Fired Linda Yac. Yacarino. Papers served to DHS and Elon June 30th of 2025. Judge Drake removed July 7th, 2025. Judge Gila refusal to transfer custody case, July 14th, 2025. Grape report, New York City, August 9th, 2025. Perp Adam Brown. And Grape Report, August 9th, again, perp, Adam Brown. College professor threat to fail kidnapping. Yeah, college professor threat to fail kidnapping. That wouldn't be Alan Dershowitz, would it? Nah. Anyway, redacted, August 12th, 2025. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation investment announcement, but no contract, August 15th of 2025. Appeals hearings scheduled September 10th, 2025. Police refuse to take teacher threat report, Alexandria, August 15th, 2025. Threats by Redacted and Elon, denial of case, August 18th, 2025. Filing regarding Gates, grapes, and IP theft, August 19th, 2025. CPS report regarding child sales. That's exactly what I thought was going on. And I still think the long pig crap too. I know it seems like a stretch, but not really. I mean, you know, those QAnons that were accusing the Democrats of doing exactly that. That was nuts. But it's like the accusers projecting and confessing, right? I guess same could be said about me, huh? Where am I here? Yeah, child sales. That threw me. August 28th, 2025. Judge removed in New Jersey for delaying civil trial. September 1st, 2025. Judge Gila revokes all visitation. September 10th, 2025. Elon stalking report refused by police. Phoenix. September 11th, 2025. Ooh, 9/11. Interesting too. So 9/10 was the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Civil filed versus Gates Foundation, September 12th, 2025. Letter to Governor Kristi Noem regarding FAR and transporting risks. September 15th of 2025. But why does it say Governor Kristi Noem? She's not still governor of South Dakota at the same time that she's the Department of Homeland Security queen, is she? That can't be. Appeal request, October 4th, 2025. Default judgment notice sent to Gates, DHS, and Elon. October 15th, 2025. Complaint against custody judge in Phoenix. October 17th, 2025. DCS review confirms no threat from mother. And that is October 17th, 2025. Threats from mother in shelter. September 18th, 2025. Custody case reopened request. I don't know if I should keep reading or not. I mean, it looks pretty interesting. Oh my goodness. This looks kind of interesting. Evidence of intellectual property infringement and direct ties to human transporting. 1, Bill and Melinda Gates positioning pre-redacted reported on March 30th, 2021 by Bill Gates himself. Bill and Melinda specifically focused on bags of red stuff and some viral diseases on all maternal health advances reported in a Gates Notes report. Only items of focus include ultrasound, post-birth surfactant, RDS supplements, calibrated drape, blood bag for women bleeding out. Prior character proof of methods. Epstein Island launched in 1998 when I was born. This proves prior comfort with graping children and forcing them to work. I was groomed at 11, the same age of the Epstein Island girls, and they have taken my daughter as collateral attack for wanting to silence me and steal my work. Both President Bigley Pigley and Epstein have strong ties to Bill Gates in transporting. Multiple reports against Bill Gates for extreme mistreatment of employees, specifically women, are also directly tied to this treatment of myself and the theft of my daughter for transporting. 238 female employees have come forward about similar conduct from Bill Gates. Wow. Both Microsoft and its founder have a poor history of sexual misconduct allegations. I don't think I'll read through that. Oh, wait, what? Maybe I should a little bit here. Female Microsoft employees have reported numerous instances of sexual misconduct over the past few decades. Recently, allegations of improper workplace misconduct have surfaced against its co-founder, Bill Gates, known globally as the billionaire philanthropist and software pioneer. Microsoft's record of sexual harassment discrimination. In the past decade, Microsoft has faced class action sexual misconduct lawsuits involving 238 of its female employees. In 2019, an email chain gained widespread notoriety as female Microsoft employees detailed the rampant sexual discrimination and harassment they suffered at work. Nomi Fuchs Montgomery first received my work in August 3rd, 2023, immediately before my first brutal grape from Redacted in Phoenix, Arizona, who was arrested for it on September 2nd of 2023, so a month later, when they then copied my work in non-hormonal contraceptives and announced its fundraising. This attack resulted in spinal cord, eye, and neck damages that has not been reversible for 2 years, despite extensive physical therapy. My eyesight has continued to deteriorate after the attack, as proven with eye examination records. An attempt to report the grape then led to my arrest and removal of my child, preventing me from reporting the grape within the 1-year mark. The arrest was made on August 5th, 2024, on claims of child abuse, immediate drop for false claims. The arrest was made on August 5th, 2024, on claims of child abuse, immediate drop for false claims. Just doesn't make sense, but that's okay. Then they threatened me repeatedly in court to not allow me to see my daughter unless I stopped reporting, even paying off the judge who was removed from the case for judicial malpractice. Since then, they have still openly attacked me in court for reporting and refused to give me Redacted back, mentioning directly it is for reporting. Contact with Nomi Fuchs Montgomery, prior women's health research lead director of Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation, spoke with me on August 3rd, 2023, before their transition to copying my non-hormonal contraceptive work with the Professor Christopher Barrett that began several months later and was announced October 10th, 2023. Professor Barrett also confirmed via email my legitimacy in my work and correct science compared to their flawed copy. Naomi, I keep wanting to say Naomi, but it's just Nomi. Nomi was fired afterwards. Redacted was fully arrested for the aggravated SA in September 2nd, 2023 in Phoenix, Arizona by Natalie Simonek after a year-long investigation. And the investigation is ongoing as Redacted continues to accrue felony custodial interference charges and SAs under the direction of Bill Gates and the charity. Redacted confirmed with filing a false police report to prevent me from being able to report and also steal my daughter, Redacted, that led to a felony custodial interference arrest of Redacted, his mother, and his affiliation with the arrest. As the investigators confirmed in their report from documenting the lies told to police officers and the hindrance of the arrest of Redacted, the investigation of Redacted as included in their report. Full police report is included in the supplemental complaint report of the case. I keep thinking I should wrap it up, but let me see if I get to a good stopping point here. Spinal cord damage evidence analysis aggravated SA is attached from an orthopedic surgeon September 22nd, 2024 in Nebraska immediately after the attack, confirming no cure. Spinal cord damage prompted treatment of physical therapy that continued for 2 years with analysis and treatment plans with Faith Radebug, Radebuggh, and the Stevens Creek team beginning October 23rd and finishing February 28th. Beginning October of 2023 and finishing February 28th of 2025. The physical therapy was successful at removing pain at mid-lumbar spine, but not lower or neck, although improving walking and moving ability significantly in daily movements. Eye prescription change December 14th and then December 21st. Attached requiring immediate emergency physical therapy. Amplification to prevent brain shutdown from spinal cord damage. I shifted from negative 3.25 to negative 2.50 in less than 2 weeks after a routine eyeglasses appointment checkup caught the deterioration. Wow. And then a whole bunch of redacted stuff. CPS confirmed the attack against Redacted to be false on 15th. Sorry, I'm losing it. CPS confirmed the attack against Redacted to be false on August 15th, 2024. It is part of the false police reporting to threaten me not to report the transporting. So there's a whole lot of redacted, like just redacted. So I'm sure that would be interesting to read, huh? So something about the physical abuse allegations. Interesting. Dang, it's a lot. So yeah, maybe I can wrap it up here. It just goes on forever and ever. It's 149 pages, and we're just at about page 30. So that was the first 30 pages of the 149, basically. Let's see. Order for paternity, legal decision making, and parenting time. Certification of the merit. Wow. Yeah, this is pretty fascinating. So, of course, I'll put a link to this whole thing in the description of this video. Let me do that now, so that I don't forget, since it's getting late. Let's see if I can. I don't want to speak too soon. There we go. It is in the description. Save and done. So for my thumbnail, I used the photograph of the biggliest piggliest snatching his gold medallion, his peace prize that he got from the soccer people, their new peace prize that they just started doing because he demanded it, because he wasn't getting the Nobel Peace Prize. So they're like, well, we'll make our own peace prize, dear leader. And they did. So they gave him a big trophy, and he was all happy with that. And then somebody walked up with that medallion thing. What do you call those? Just, like a gold medal from like the Olympics, because he's such an athlete. But he just like snatched it with this really weird look on his face. If you guys, Annabes, if you've seen the video, he's like he really looks like he's completely in the dementia zone. And then the guy that's announcing it basically like is making an attempt to get the medal from him so that he can present it to him all dignified and place it around his neck the way you do with things like that. And Mr. Biggly Piggly just sticks it right on his own neck, like very undignified. It's just wild. And then he's all excited, like so happy, like a little toddler. It's insane. Sorry, I haven't commented too much. Oh, you're fine, honey. Thank you for being here and commenting, period. I just have been missing doing my videos, but have been trying to get through until tomorrow when they'll redo my braces. But I'm afraid that after my appointment tomorrow, it'll be hard to talk. I usually can't really make a video the same day that I get like a new wire in. But we'll see, because, it sucks not being able to do this as regular as I like to do this. So I'm going to sign off. There's a whole lot that we could talk about, but I'll find my notebook and then try to talk about that hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely Tuesday. So I hope that your night goes well. He definitely has dementia. He's cray how off he is. It's completely insane. It's where we are at. Our nation, our politics is just surreal. It's like the freaking Twilight Zone. It's like a bad dream. Wake up, wake up. But no, we're in a predicament. But I keep thinking things will get better. I keep saying things have to get worse before they'll get better. And it's just like they keep getting worse. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it gets a whole lot worse. It's like one of my favorite quotes from 12-step programs is, you hit bottom when you quit digging. And man, the bottom just keeps going down further and further and further, just like a whole new low. So, with that lawsuit, it makes sense, again, why he is flipping out, unable to sleep, sleeping through his meetings, posting 400 times in a night, just trying to get people to talk about anything except those Trumpstein files. And I think it's the 20th of this month. So less than 2 weeks is the deadline to have all this information in. So, Anna Bees, you, I think, were the one who texted me about Rotten Mango's Trumpstein files video a couple of days ago. And that was freaking brilliant. And thank you so much for that. And then Rotten Mango just dropped part 2 today, and it was 2 hours long, and I've already watched the entire thing. And like, I wanted to watch it again as soon as I finished it. It's freaking phenomenal. I'll link it up in the description. I highly recommend for everyone that's interested in the Trumpstein files. Rotten Mango has got it going on. That girl's rocking. I love her. Yes, it was you. Cool. Thank you, dear. All right. I will try to sleep tight. It's hard for me to sleep with these, with the situation, but I at least get rest, even if I'm not like asleep. I doze in and out. I love Stephanie. So thank you for telling me her name. Cause yeah, I just call her Rotten Mango. Such a funny name for a channel. And she's huge. What, she has like 5 million subs or something. And I just love how like simple and straightforward and down to earth she is. I think it's so cute that she has her husband working with her and he's videotaping her. Every once in a while he says something. Like, he's awesome too. Do you know how long they've been married? Like, are they just recently married or they're married a long time ago? Do you know? Because sometimes it sounds like she has kids just from the way she talks, but then maybe she's talking about if I had kids. I mean, she has to be so careful with what she says because she's such a huge channel. She's got such a wide reach, and so she is extremely careful. I love the way she says, well, some channels say, or rumors are this and that, but she doesn't say, that it's her opinion. She's very smart. She's very smart about it. So thanks for sending me that, because I knew about her channel and I like her a lot, but I wouldn't have seen that video. And then I wouldn't have seen the second one either if it wasn't for you, girlfriend. So thanks a million. Have a lovely night. And thanks for watching. Drink your water, eat your protein and your veggies, and we'll see you soon. Love ya.